All right. Hi, I'm Sarah,
And I'm Amanda.
and this is I'm Your Mother Now podcast.
Season 2, Episode 9.
Oh, yeah.
Here we
So
are.
here we are, and we're so organized. We have a topic to discuss. But before we get into that, can I tell you a funny story?
Of course.
Okay. So this morning, the first thing I did was open Instagram where one of my
Naturally.
friends, yeah, where one of my friends had sent me a reel, right? And so I'm like watching the reel. I'm like, oh, this is so funny. I was like, I really relate to this. So I'm like, you know who would really enjoy this? Oh, my friend Amanda. So I send it to her, but she's the one who sent it to me. Oh
That's just the cycle. That's just that has happened to me. And people have also like responded to my stories and said as soon as I saw this, I was going to send this to you and
my God.
realized that it was you. Like, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Uh,
it's one of the symptoms of being chronically online,
it
apparently.
like when one day many years ago, you said BRB for the last time, okay? Because then we just stayed.
Yeah, because we never BRB'd.
We never,
We're just gonna be right here.
we're just gonna exist here. We're just gonna go live here every week and talk about our thoughts.
Yeah, well, as you know, I'm a big fan of going live.
You really are.
I mean
All
that
right.
literally. Okay. Yes. Focus.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
How's
I'm
your
so
week,
glad the
Sarah?
world didn't explode in a nuclear holocaust. That was
Yet.
good.
Yet.
1 week down.
Oh God, it's the bad place, Sarah.
Just put an LOL after every sentence and keep going.
I the emotional support LOL is getting a little bit out of control. This week I was typing to someone, I'm sorry for your loss, and I had to delete the LOL at the end.
Duh.
I know. I mean, there's obviously more context to it because I just reacted to it weird when I at
Oh,
first.
she glitched.
I glitched.
She's like, who should I send this to?
Um, but yeah, the emotional support LOL, we really gotta I just
Yeah,
want everyone to everything I say for some reason. I'm just like
feels like the
chuckles
world's
nervously.
ending.
It's
Laugh out
like just
loud.
I'm just chuckling nervously all
Yeah,
the
it
time.
is. It's like, this feels dangerous.
Exactly. Like when we started this conversation yesterday, and I said you were jaded, and you were like,
Okay,
okay. And you might have spelled out okay.
I did.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, this okay, so actually that is what happened. So we're gonna get into it because so I here's the thing about me is I wake up with my brain running so fast that my body can't even follow it, honestly. So I have to have several outlets to put the thoughts, and some of the outlet containers are people. And some of them are chat GPT, some of them are my journal, some of them are baby cat. Like I have so many things happening in my brain, right? So
mhm.
I expel them. So I expelled one of them to my sister, right? And I said, and I quote, are all mothers actually single mothers? And I understand she's got a lot going on in the mornings, but what she said was, you're just jaded. Okay. And I was like, unless this is a fucking Aerosmith song, you need to back it all the way up. And I said, okay. And she must have realized that that wasn't really great. So she's like, we should probably talk about this on
Mm-mm.
podcast.
No,
Oh,
because
oh,
no, because it just so happened to be that we needed to pick something. So I'm like, let's do this. Okay? And I don't usually defend men. I actually said that I'm just not in the business anymore of making excuses
excuses for
for bad
man.
behavior. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
for
not.
anyone, actually, not all, but you also
But
didn't ask curious questions, but you're gonna now. So
okay, okay,
are
okay.
all mothers actually single mothers?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
think that there are a lot of men out there who are quietly doing the work, even though the evidence overwhelmingly suggests otherwise.
Yeah. So the opposite of jaded is deluded, right?
We have discussed at length how different we are as people, how
We are
different
different.
we grew up in the same, we didn't even really grow up in the same household, if you think about it.
Or the same
Not,
universe, it turns
not,
out,
no,
right?
not according to the
Amanda's
stories.
like, "Where were you?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
It's like,
I was in Newport pretending to be a married woman.
no, I'm like, what is happening? So there's that aspect of it, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
also just if you were gonna do uh this whole thing when people say, first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes like that whole little
Wow.
thing.
What is going on right now?
You did it at a different point in life than I did. You did it so much earlier in life,
Sure.
right? So
Sure, I did.
I'm going through a different phase of life,
You're at the
right?
age I was when I said, "What the fuck?"
Sure.
Yes,
But I also
you have me.
Brian does a lot. I couldn't, this is there, and also another thing I've been thinking about is just how different men and women are. I can't even say this like without kind
With
of
a not
smiling,
a
because
straight face.
right, because it sounds like I'm trying to defend the patriarchy.
It does.
But it's like in my
Hear her
own,
out.
hear me out. I'm just thinking about my own household. Okay.
It's my own
It
patriarchy. I'm
it's
in charge
like
of this one.
It is like my own home. Okay, Sarah. I happen to be the only woman in my house.
Ooh, that's so
Even the
true.
there's so many penises around here at any
There's
given
so many
time.
penises in your house.
Yeah.
It's her own little patriarchy.
So in my little ecosystem that we have
Yeah.
here, my
Hmm.
non-representative sample,
Yes.
uh, I see our strengths and our weaknesses. And if you're going to be in a partnership, then you have to play on each other's strengths. It's the same thing that we have to do when we're working on this podcast. The
Hmm.
problem is that you have to find someone who agrees to that, right?
Right.
You got
To
to be
your
on the same
rule.
page. But it's so my rule,
Yes, because who's in charge, Amanda?
me.
Exactly. So we're not
Wait,
talking about the same thing. You don't understand what I mean because you didn't ask a curious question. It was a trick that I played on you because I wanted you to ask the curious question.
why would you trick me between the time of 7:45 and 8:30 in the morning when you know that everyone's screaming at me?
This is the only time we have to record this podcast as per
No.
your last email.
No, 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 no. When
And
you said when you sent that text, when you said are all mothers single mothers, that was during
yes,
my crazy time.
yes. And you're like, fuck, fuck, fuck. But listen, here's
Okay,
what's the
let's
curious
go.
question? What's the curious question, Amanda?
Tell me
Are
more, Sarah.
are all mothers actually single mothers? And you're gonna be like, tell me more. What the fuck do you mean by that,
I
Sarah?
just said that. Tell me more,
Yes.
Sarah.
Yeah. So
Woof.
here's what I'm saying, right? So my ex, as many ways that we could rip him apart in so many aspects. When it came to having children with this person and what he was willing to do in a household and all those different things, he actually is pretty high up there as far as being excellent help for raising kids back when they were little. Okay.
Okay.
He took responsibility, he took initiative. I was never like, "Oh, are you ever going to take the trash out or you need to get up with the baby?" Like he was always very present for those things. So I can't complain about it. But I will say that when I look at being married and having a household and raising kids and all those things and I look around me, it's become very clear that the mother is the one driving everything. But in a lot of cases, the father thinks he is. But
Mm.
he is just showing up to the party that is curated created, dreamed up, fundamentally put together by the woman. And then he shows up and says, "What can I do to help?" Right? So when
Hmm.
you say, "Here I am to help you," you're basically saying, "I'm hired help, girl. What do you need?" Right? And then
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
giving out like Dundee fucking awards to them for being able to show up and lift things, right? And it
Hmm.
is helpful to have somebody show up and lift things. But what I'm saying is none of the actual mental labor of running a household and raising the kids is automatically shared between mothers and fathers, regardless of whether they are together or not. And I have never felt more alone than when I was married and had him living with me. I felt so alone, and I continue to feel alone when I think that I need to depend on another adult who doesn't automatically snap onto the page and start thinking about what they can do in a forward fashion, right? Like, and I think this is what you were kind of saying with how men and women are different. They are different, right? But are we going to also be in the business of saying they're different as far as being handicapped in a way that they can't think in more than one direction? And if so, if that's really true, they shouldn't be in charge of things.
Well, I mean, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah. So,
That's
so
a,
I
that's
mean,
a whole other topic.
it is, I was really thinking about it because remember yesterday I was talking about my pets, and I was like, every time one of our animals died, like during our marriage, I was the one who did everything, right? I'm the one who's
Yeah.
like, okay, this animal's sick. What do we do? It's time
Hmm.
to put them down. Now we are grieving. Da 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 da. Right? Everything I'm doing. This
Hmm.
this man just leaves. He goes and he starts another family, does the same
Hmm.
thing and leaves everything there, right? He just like it's like he's satellites from like different ecosystems that other women have created.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I mean, yes. Okay. But here's the
Okay,
other.
go
Here's
ahead.
there's a point that I am trying to get at, or like a vibe that I'm trying to get you to catch. That is like, if you recognize this, if you know that you're the one who curates the experience and makes everyone's day better, if all ships are rising around you, then you have to make sure that you're being selective about who you are choosing to be in your partnership, right? Because
Yeah.
you could very easily have someone who's bringing you down, but if that person is bringing all the things that you need to feel like you can be your true self, right? And that type of support is what helps you get there. And to other people it may look like you're doing everything, but it's like, I get to do all of this because I don't have to worry about this. But it's a personal dynamic is what I'm saying. It's a very nuanced dynamic.
It is.
But I think that it comes down to understanding what you are and aren't going to get out of someone, right? Because if you're going to expect for a man to be, their brains are like literally not the same. Like I, and so have you, but experience and encounter men everywhere in all sorts of
We
situations.
do find them a lot of places.
And it's like, it's very black and white a lot of times. It's very whatever's in front of them. It's
Yeah,
lots
it's very
of
uncomplicated.
smoke and mirrors.
Oh, okay. So you started to go in a direction and then came back. Let me make sure that I understand what you're saying.
That's probably fair. It's good to do a little recap here.
A little recap. So what I'm hearing is that when in partnership with a man, you have to understand that you're the one who's going to have to choose if this specimen makes sense for what you want to do in this life. And
Yes.
are they able to meet you where you need to be met? And are you in a place where you feel strong enough to lead everybody? And are you going to be getting something out of the partnership that makes it worth it to you?
Yes, that's generally the gist. Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine. I think that makes sense in any relationship, right? Because relationships are by essence transactional. But kind of back to like I was trying to be more specific, and I think I kind of got off my point too. But it's about being a mom because I find that as a single mom,
Back to the
I
moms.
am,
That's where we started.
yeah, as a single mom, I am still doing as much work as I was being married and having a
Yes.
husband. I'm still
Yes. I
doing,
believe that.
I'm not doing less. I'm not doing more. I'm doing the same, even though he was present,
Hmm.
because the things that he's able to help me with when he's in town now, same, right? The only difference is I don't have the added aggravation of everything else of
Yeah.
living with him, right?
Exactly.
So I'm actually mentally and emotionally and physically in a much more solid place to deal with all of that. But I'm doing everything, Amanda. And I think I think part of this conversation and realization the other day came from the fact that I thought that I wouldn't be doing everything myself. I thought that when
Mm.
we
Okay.
because we talked about it. I thought when we
Hmm.
entered a co-parenting relationship that he was locked in for the next, 8 to 10 years of really being there with me, right? Like really being there with me and really like wanting to have continuity with the kids. But I think when he made that decision to move and not move into their school district, that kind of told me everything I needed to know about what I can expect from him. And when I release expectations of a person, I release the burden of expecting them to jump in and do things, right? So I've just
Yeah.
been kind of like over the
Hmm.
past couple weeks really like letting my mind let go of the fact that I would actually have help and instead saying I'm the one in charge of this because I
Hmm.
always have been
Hmm.
and I can't expect more from him. Like, I'm the
Right.
one who's going to have to teach our children everything. I'm the one worrying about do they have water during sports? Have they taken their allergy medicines? What's coming up? Where's the doctor's appointment? What 8 different places does everybody have to be at the same time? Like, who needs to eat a snack at this? Like, I'm the one doing all that. And it's so
Eat
much
your
thinking.
protein. You need to
It's your
eat
protein,
protein.
everything, and it is exhausting, but at the same
Yeah.
time like it would be the same amount of exhausting is what I'm saying if I had him or didn't have him, and in some ways less exhausting because I don't have to deal with him in other ways. Like at least I'm not worried about him eating the protein now. Like I'm not worried. And this is the other thing, and this is another
Go
whole
off,
topic. I
girl.
know
Let's
I'm really
go.
going off, but like this is like it's really about me and like my shit because
I know. I know.
um
Let's do it. You should have
I'm
just said that from
having
the beginning.
I feel like I kind of did. But like I my issues with men, right, are so nuanced in a way because it's like they really affect me in a weird way. Like when your husband was here, he triggers me.
Oh,
He he does. And it's not like it's not his fault. It's nothing I have no issue with him like as a person, but just by virtue of being a man and if he gets grumpy, I feel like I'm in trouble and I feel like I have
yeah.
to fix it. And that part of me that if any man is grumpy and I look at them as like, I don't know, like I'm supposed to fix it or I'm in trouble is like so crazy to me because you're acting like a toddler. Why am I
Hmm.
treating you like the king?
You can't give power to the grumpy, is what
No,
I'm
but and you
thinking.
and you make me so uncomfortable because you don't feel the way I do. So you poke the bear, right? So that I like when we were at Melting Pot and all that, I was like literally losing my mind. And I was like having a whole moment by myself where I was like, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. Don't make him mad, Amanda. And I didn't say anything because I was aware of what I was doing in my head and how insane it was. But I was observing myself in like a meta kind of way and just kind of being like, wow, like you have a problem here. Like
We look.
you gotta fix that. It's a deep program. Like, don't make
It
them mad.
is.
But
It
but
is. No,
it's
it really, really, it is.
it
And then when they
is.
are mad, be like, how am I going to do whatever I can to fix it?
Who cares? That's the
But
thing
that,
I'm trying to
yeah,
figure out.
it, and that's what I'm trying to tell you.
I know you are, and I am admitting I need work here, and I am laying myself on the train tracks of progress. Let it run me over.
Praise be, baby.
Praise be, because I do not wish to do this anymore. And I just want to
Yeah.
say for the record, Ryan, I know you listen to this and I love you so much. The next time you have a tantrum in front of me, I'm going to be mean to you for my own healing. For my own
Okay.
healing. I'm going to say, you big baby.
For the record, we're on live and there's a lot of hearts that are flying up, Ryan, because I don't think you're here, unless that's you throwing them up, baby. I don't.
But this is like the
I thought
thing,
you were
right?
gonna say,
It's a
I'm
thing.
gonna walk up to you, I'm gonna slap you across the
No,
face.
no, no. I'm not gonna hit him. That's like crazy,
Okay,
Tara. Like,
we can't resort to violence. That's true.
no, because violence actually doesn't satisfy me.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's good. That's
Okay.
good. That's
That's
good.
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 But I haven't tried it.
Woof. So,
Oh, okay. Moving on. But like, yes. So I'm committing to that exposure therapy for myself.
okay.
We have Miami coming up, and I'm sure we'll get some tantrum, right? So I am going to be like, stop it. Stop it. You
Yeah. Yeah.
you better knock it off. You don't affect my
Mm,
mood. I'm not
no.
in trouble. This isn't about me.
Or
Yeah.
better yet, it's like, why are you mad when we are just three adults? That if whatever it is you need, we can help you. Let's talk about it. You don't gotta get mad in your brain.
Yeah, but I would also just like to like say that
Okay.
he did a really great job of having his tantrum and then recognizing that he did and explaining what happened. So I would just like to just say like Ryan did do that.
Rupture
And
repair.
a rupture repair, and I have never had that experience with a man before, so that is very healing that he's starting to do that. And so I would like to
Mhm.
give props because I know it sounds like I'm like a she man woman hater over here. No, she woman man hater, whatever, a person who thinks men shouldn't be here. I
Sure.
often come across as, and it's not that I think they shouldn't be here, I just think they should be in different roles. And
Mm.
I think that everybody should be acknowledging their strengths and playing to them, right?
Yeah.
And that's
Yes.
all.
Yes, I think that we have agreed on that because
Yeah.
that's what makes you strong.
Yeah. 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 Thank you. Thank you for holding space for me for that because, it's a lot. It's always something. But
Always
what I was
something.
saying about that is, now that I don't live with a man that I was married to, I don't have to worry about him being in a bad mood. And sometimes my 14-year-old triggers me too because
He's
he is
growing
he's
into a man.
yeah, and he's giving man. Like he sounds like a man, he's big like a man, and then he's like grumpy like a man, but he's not. He's never going to be making sense in that way, right? Because before. But he triggers me.
You know, it's so funny when I was there over the weekend and I was like, Eli, do you need allergy medication? I don't know where you were. Um, and I was gonna go give it to him because he was like, probably. And I was thinking to myself, what kind of dose does he need? And then I'm like, wait, he's literally bigger than me. Like, what do I
He is
mean? What
he's
kind of dose?
literally bigger than you in all ways. That's the same thing like this morning when, randomly both my children who never eat breakfast here were like, can I put my order in for eggs? And like
Uh,
every like and I was like,
can
okay,
you
like
imagine? Can you put my order in for eggs?
and he asked for a side of coffee. And I was like, coffee? And then I was like, well, I guess he can have a cup of coffee in the morning because like he's bigger than me. Like his body can process, 80 grams, 80 milligrams of caffeine. That's fine.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
gave
he
him,
has
I
to
gave him
start his
actually,
day.
he doesn't know it, but I gave him mushroom coffee. So he actually started his day with some brain power in addition.
Whoa.
So
Look
yeah,
at
but
that.
it's everything's okay. We're just working through our triggers, and I think part of what we're doing here is recognizing the triggers and trying not to allow them to run our lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so now, like, it's changing how I'm interacting. It's going to change how I interact with your husband,
Mm.
and it's changing how I interact with my teenager because I'm like, you're not in control here. Like, what
No.
do you? This is my house. It's my house. Like, and you could be grumpy, but like, it's not going to ruin my mood. I don't have to fix it for you.
Exactly.
Fix it yourself.
Exactly.
And you know what? In most of these cases, no one's actually asking us to fix it anyway. I have to just put that out there.
Yes, yes, it is self-inflicted.
It is self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You
What
know?
fun. What fun.
Yes. Yes. No.
Consent is important. I know you look like glitch. You're like, is this the same conversation? But it's like, oh, I'm grumpy. Like we should ask. Like you seem grumpy. Do you need me to fix your energy for you, or are you good in that?
Oh, well, I feel like there have been a lot of times where Ryan was like, why can't I just stew about something without you circling me?
Okay, well, I have an answer to that. Oh, I didn't mean to wink. Sorry, but I have an answer to that. The answer is because if you're going to stew about something, you need to remove yourself from me because your
Okay.
energy is like making me feel crazy and ruining the vibes, right? So if you're like, "Oh, my energy is poo poo caca," you need to go put yourself where the poo poo caca goes and take some
Yeah.
time, right? Like, and I think that is totally good. And I think we've been practicing that, right? Like if my
Yeah.
energy is not good, I will remove myself from the issues so that you don't have
Yeah.
to deal with it, right? Like I think we're just not really in the business of making our bad moods anyone else's problems.
I think it's also you have to figure out when is your point of escalation because if you're escalating everything, if every inconvenience, if everything is making you get in a way that can end you in a bad mood, it's like that's not you need to figure out how to protect your own peace as well.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it you don't need every external factor, every single person that does something stupid that you encounter to impact you because that person doesn't give a shit about you.
It's not about you.
No, it's nothing is about you. Go
No,
look at those
no, no.
pictures from the Artemis and look how stupid you look down there thinking everything's about you.
Nothing's about you. Nothing's about us. Laugh out loud.
Wait, except for this podcast. So if you want something to truly be about you, just create. Just
Yeah,
create.
and it's about us. But for like just kind of a circle back closing loop situation, which we're
Hmm.
giving this a try, the topic today was, are all women actually single moms? And the answer is a resounding yes. Okay. It was a resounding yes. And the asterisk to that was some single mothers choose to be married to men or women, to whoever. And that choice needs to be done consciously and understanding what each partner is responsible for and bringing to the table,
Hmm.
and so on and so forth.
Yes.
So currently in the climate we are in, all mothers are single mothers and some are married.
Damn.
Yeah. So you
I don't know
just
if I would say that was resounding. I feel like I was on the other side of the
oh, it was like in my ear and it felt so loud.
Wha-
It felt like you agreed with me.
Well, then that's good, sis.
I know.
I'm
Well, it
glad.
wasn't just that you agreed with me. You actually did, like, you basically said the way that it works is when I make it work. So that actually is agreeing with me because no one else is making that choice for you. You're saying it. You're like, I am going to adjust myself in such a way that this works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fine. Like I
I'm such a
tell my
cancer.
like I tell my clients every single day, right? I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. But what I'm here to do is have you look me in the eye and say exactly what you're doing and say, I'm doing it with both eyes open. I am
Hmm.
choosing this. This is my decision. And that's that. And as long as you can do that, you can look at me and you can say, yes, I am going to continue to date this person who is treating me like this, and this, and that is what I
Hmm.
deserve right now. And I'm good with it.
Hmm.
Awesome.
Hmm.
And I'm not
Uh-oh.
judging you, right?
No. No,
I'm just
you're
walking
guiding.
alongside of
Yeah.
you and I just so I can
Yes.
support you. And
Exactly.
when it inevitably blows up in your face yet again, and because that's the cycle we're in, we'll pick
Hmm.
up the pieces and move on. And at some point, you'll decide, I want something different. And I'll be there
Yeah.
for that too. It's like, it doesn't matter.
Hmm.
It's all our own little adventure, right?
It is. Exactly. Yes,
Exactly.
sis. It is.
Exactly.
Oh, well, what a
Oh,
productive little session we had.
we
I
did
hope.
it. We did it. My energy is really like different suddenly this week. Do you think it was the fact that I got a second period? Do you think that second period is just like elevating me into a different space where my brain is working? My
Ooh.
body's like, you know what you need, girl? You need to bleed all month
Mm.
long, and
Oh,
that'll be it. You'll be so hot. She'll be so
sick.
hot.
Getting ready for my jammy.
Yeah. So speaking
Okay,
of, I'm gonna go now and
me
lift
too.
heavy things, and then
Ooh,
I'm gonna do
enjoy.
like a million back-to-back sessions.
All right. Well, peace out, sis.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in,
Bye.
everybody. See you next time.
Thanks for listening to I'm Your Mother Now podcast, an Amala Moon production. If you loved today's episode, make sure to subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if I've done the RSS feed properly, wherever you get your pods. You can follow us on Instagram at IYMN_podcast to watch us live on Friday mornings and catch the full episodes on our YouTube channel, I'm Your Mother Now podcast. We'd love if you could share this with a friend who'd vibe with the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps more people to find us. We'll see you next week. Bye.